Welcome to the Double R Show, the podcast that features everything about North Lincoln County. The Double R Show, directed and produced by Paul Robertson and hosted by the voice of Lincoln City, Roger Robertson.
Living a creative life. Hello there. Welcome to the Double R Show. Double R along with son Paul, and we're going to be talking about creative living in Lincoln City.
Yeah, the arts and writing and all sorts of different forms of art that people do here and around our great county.
Area draws itself to that artisan community to be here. Not only the beauty of the area, but the beauty of the written word, the sung word, just on and on and on.
Certainly lends itself to some creative outlets, and we're going to hear all about that right after these messages.
Books and puzzles have one thing in common. Bob's Beach Books in the Ocean Lake area of Lincoln City. Books for every interest, books by authors from around the world and across the street. Visit Bob's Beach Books so you can say, I have read a good book lately.
If you're looking for great early garden fresh produce, it's Kenny's IGA in the Bay Area of Lincoln City. 4 generations of Morgans caring for your every grocery need. All of your favorite beverages, a full deli, meat, produce, and of course, groceries.
Don't miss the Neil Diamond Legacy Concert February 28th at Chinook Winds. For tickets, go to ChinookWinds.com. The Neil Diamond Legacy Concert at Chinook Winds, where concerts are better at the beach.
Live a creative life at the Lincoln City Cultural Center. With us is Krista Eddy. And live a creative life is what this place is all about, is it not?
Oh, definitely. We think that having creativity and creative community in your life makes life better.
You do a lot of work with the kids of the community. Tell me about that.
Oh my gosh, I love it so much. So we have quite a few things that you can bring your kids to here at the Cultural Center. We have an underground art lab on Thursdays from 3 to 6.
And that is?
It's a drop-in art workshop, self-guided, with 5 different projects put out, so that kids can explore and do what they're interested in and be creative. And that's drop-in from 3 to 6, and it's $5. That's it. You can stay as long as you want every Thursday. We have the Brick Gallery, which is full of Lego displays, and there's a build station, so you can be creative with that. And we constantly have little events happening. Our Festival of Illusions that's coming up soon has an art workshop each day from 2 to 5, I think. Yeah, but the thing that I feel like is the most impactful and the most important thing we do for kids in the community here at the Cultural Center is our outreach program. And so the Cultural Center fundraises and buys all the supplies and organizes to pay for this program, where we get to do art in the classrooms with all the kids 1st grade through 6th grade. They don't have any art curriculum in our schools, haven't for a couple of decades actually. And so this is a really important program, and the kids are so excited to do it. They are so engaged and so creative and so fearless. And the program that we've made, we've built our own curriculum, and it builds on itself as they get older. So they're learning things at Ocean Lake that they'll build upon at Taft Elementary. And then, of course, at our high school, we have 2 amazing art teachers. So yeah, I'm just really, really proud of our outreach program, and I love it.
It's too bad you don't get excited about this.
No, not at all.
Not at all. When you're talking about the local art, it does take money. It takes some fundraising. But you also receive a lot of items from the community, cardboard and bags and this type of thing. Dad, talk about that.
Oh yeah, I totally forgot about our art kit room too. So we have an art kit pickup room, and these are DIY take-home art projects that you can do at home, and they are free. We make them here at the Cultural Center. I have a group of 12 ladies that comes and help pack them, and we use a lot of repurposed materials. So the community knows they can drop off boxes, they can clean up their studios or their garages, and anything that has potential, creative potential, they can drop off here as long as it's not toxic. And I try and use as much of it as I can, and we build our art kits around what we have sometimes and give them out to the community, and we're so close to that 30,000 mark of art kits given out.
30,000?
Yes. Yeah, it started during COVID. It was one of the things we could do during COVID, and we had a drive-through. We made art kits for people, and everyone loved it so much we just kept going, and now we've given out almost 30,000 of them.
Okay, we got the art kits for the children. Right across the hall from where we're seated right now, you've got a marvelous gallery.
Oh my gosh, we're so lucky to have the Chessman. We have 3 galleries now. So we have the Chessman Gallery, which was one of the original rooms in the Cultural Center to be redone, to be a gallery. We have the Fiber Arts Gallery, which always features some type of fiber arts. And then we have the Brick Gallery, which is the Lego Gallery. Right now, the Chessman has this really amazing show, which we curate. It's called the Telephone Game. And this is the second iteration or version of it. And what happens is an artist will start. It's like that game you play as a kid where you stand around in a circle and you whisper a message, and the whisper goes around the circle, and when it gets back to the original person, it's very different. And so the telephone game is the same idea, but it's visual, not words. And so an artist will give their piece to the next artist, and that artist will do a rendition inspired by the one before them. And then when that artist finished, then they will give it to another artist. So the artists only see the one piece in front of them to do a rendition from. And then they are displayed or exhibited in a circle chronologically how they were made, so that you can see what connections artists made, what colors and subject matter carry through, and what changed completely. So it's really a different way to look at art.
Art is just so absolutely critical to any economy. And this one in particular in Lincoln City, is it not?
I feel like it is. I really think art and music and all of the things that we do here just enrich lives and make our lives here on the coast just a little bit better and deeper and more profound. I think the connections that people make through art are really important. We're really lucky to have this center. Most small towns don't have a center like this.
One of the flyers that I just saw here is ready to get your hands dirty. Join our Sunday ceramics classes.
Well, that's Heather. Heather runs our clay department, and it is thriving. We have 40 plus, I think, members of the studio that can use it whenever they want. They use it as their studio. And then we have classes really regularly, and there are many different types of classes you can take. I think that the Oregon Coast Community College also has their clay lessons here at the Cultural Center. So there's always people in that studio chatting and enjoying the time and being creative and building and making things. It's really good.
Are they items for sale?
Some of them. Most of the artists make work for themselves. But there are a few that are professional artists that sell their work, that work out of our community studio. Also, there's Pam Young and Ray-Ben Thompson that rent space, and they're professional clay artists, and they rent space down there.
Visual arts director Krista Eddy. This has been, that's you.
Sorry.
I love it because you are so full of life when it comes to the arts.
I do love it. I love my job. I feel very fortunate.
Northwest Septic Service is your one-stop shop for all your septic needs.
Northwest Septic Service offers pumping, maintenance, repair, and inspections with one call, 541-994-6977.
Buying or selling a home? Northwest Septic Service can inspect your sewer line or an entire septic system.
Old or failing septic system? Northwest Septic Service can rejuvenate most drain fields, saving you thousands of dollars. 541-994-6977.
Serving Lincoln, Tillamook, and Yamhill counties, Northwest Septic Service.
Home-style cooking in a hometown atmosphere. Hi, I'm Adina from Zeller's Restaurant in Rose Lodge in Lincoln City. Join us daily for good fun and great food. You can even kick up your heels at Zeller's.
It is amazing to me the number of people that move to the Oregon coast, in particular Lincoln City, to write books.
Oh, absolutely.
And you have a lot of those authors here at Bob's Beach Books, do you not, Diane?
We do. We get authors in, I won't say every week, but regularly, and hear from authors. I think I had 3 in my inbox this morning in my emails. Yeah, we have a great writing community here, and besides our local authors, there's Sitka. They have a wonderful residency program where they bring even more authors to the area. It's fiction, nonfiction. We have amazingly creative area here.
Is it because of the beauty of the area that attracts them to begin with, or what is it?
I think that's a lot of it. I think a lot of people come here, they might be traveling through and just decide, oh, hey, wait a minute.
Yeah.
This is the place I want to be. I know that's happened at least a few times with people I've spoken to. And it's a beautiful place. And can you imagine just a more wonderful place to be writing a book?
Some of those authors that you have represented here at Bob's Beach Books would include?
We have so many. We've got Catherine Gamblin, Ben Moon. Those are both nonfiction. Tara Choate, she just brought last week her new book, her sequel. Her newest one is Rough Justice. She does fun mysteries. We've got Christy Fifield, who writes under Christy Evans, Chris York, under a few names. We still have Ron Lovell's books. Love Ron. He was a Glen Eden Beach author. Along those lines, Martha K. Renfro, who wrote under M.K. Wren. She, if you can find them, her mysteries are so much fun because she was writing about the area in about kind of the early 80s, and she renamed it Holiday Beach, but you can go through and find, oh, that's Otis. That's, it's a really fun, they're fun to read.
I noticed on your website they kept bringing up the fact that you always have a smile on your face.
Well, I guess I get to play with books all day, so that's pretty fun.
Anything in particular that you're reading right now that we need to draw attention to?
Oh gosh. I've been kind of hopping around a bunch of new fantasy that's coming out soon. I'm reading the new Emma Denny. She writes historical romance that are a lot of fun. I love Alexandra Rowland. She does very fun fantasy chaos, I guess, just delightful chaos, I would say.
Is there a number of books that you have on your shelf that you're reading at any given time?
Yes, I have, I want to say half a dozen or so going. So sometimes it's hard for me to pin down what am I reading right now, because it's a few things.
Anything in particular that is of special importance to you?
Well, I actually, and her name escaped, I want to say Kim Griswell, but I'm afraid that's wrong. But I got an email a while back from an author who had done one of the residencies at Sitka, and I guess it changed her perspective, and she kind of went a different direction and ended up writing mystery novels that feature the Oregon coast. And she said that our book is in one of the novels. So those are coming up next on my reading list.
Oh, my. And again, you have pulled off a number of books that you have on the shelf. These are all new books?
These are some new books, some that have been out for a while, but these are all, this whole stack is just some local authors that I just grabbed real quick. All people who are writing in the area, and they are wonderful in the diversity of what kinds of books. Denali is by Ben Moon. It's Denali, A Man, a Dog, and the Friendship of a Lifetime. We have Lana Fox. She doesn't live in the area. She lives up Hood River area, but she's down here quite a bit. We've got Emmeline Duncan. She grew up in the area, lives in Portland now, but she's been picked up by Penguin Random House and writes a couple different series under them. She was up for an Oregon Book Award. She's great fun. Love her mysteries. So many fun ones.
You, in the past, have had a book gathering of authors, an author show. Is that something that's going to be forthcoming again, or have you outgrown it?
Well, that was kind of it, is it got to be so big. I think the last one we did had more than 60 authors, and it was just too much for me to organize. And I did have help setting it up, but it's a lot to keep track of for just one person. And I did try to give it to the city, and the person running the visitor center at the time, I guess it wasn't up their alley, but I'm hoping somebody else in the area picks it up. I did see something coming up in the valley, I think maybe Corvallis. There's a book festival coming up that looks like a lot of fun. And they're so much fun. If you haven't been to a gathering of authors, go check it out. They would, it's not intimidating. They're there waiting to talk to you.
We did talk about the fact that a lot of people write, come to the Lincoln City area and write, but you also got authors from around the world.
Oh yeah, and that's one of the fun things, I guess. I got one of the emails I got last week was a fellow in Texas who he lives in Austin, but they come here every year and have since he's been a kid. So we've got his books coming in, and Texas isn't that far away, granted, but just having that little local connection is fun. And there are new books coming in every single week. There are so many interesting perspectives. You can learn what somebody else thinks about the world, what they think of life, their experiences. And it's one of the best ways, I think, to learn about other people. just their experience.
And you share that knowledge by reading those books, do you not?
Absolutely. It's I think one of the most beautiful ways to learn different perspectives, to broaden your horizons, because we are, we're all in our own head and we have got our own experiences, and it's just a great way to learn about others.
You find a lot of people collect a particular author.
Oh, yes. Actually, we just had a fellow check out. He's checking out C.J. Box. He's working down the list of C.J. Box, and so he's got a few to go left. C.J. Box written a lot of books. Yes, definitely get the collectors in. Have people emailing, asking for particular books, or, from just all over the U.S. saying, I need to fill in these gaps in my collection, and we try to help.
Bob's Beach Books in the Ocean Lake area, Lincoln City, is open
10 to 5 Tuesday through Saturday, and we do buy books. We've been getting a lot of phone calls and emails about that. It's dropping here. There's a whole page on the website about that. For anybody who has questions, just bobsbeachbooks.net and check out the FAQ there, and you'll see how to buy and how we buy and trade and all that.
I'm Josh Zantello with Zantello Law Group, and we are fortunate to have a number of attorneys in our office that specialize in a variety of law fields. Call our office and set up a free consultation. With our field of experts, you're never alone.
Wouldn't it be great to have all your insurance needs handled by one agency? This is Charlotte Lado with Farmers Insurance and the Insurance Store. Visit our office next to the Wildflower Grill in Lincoln City. Let us be your one stop for your personal, commercial, health, and Medicare insurance needs.
Another big event taking place in Lincoln City, and again, it's tied with the arts. With me is Sharyn and Nicole. First off, Sharyn, Lincoln City Outlets is doing what?
Well, we have always supported the arts in our community. We have been patrons with Siletz Bay Music Festival for the performing arts, right? Obviously. Right. And also in the visual arts. So if you look around and you see our beautiful mural that is painted on the back of Lincoln City Gifts. We have that beautiful mural. We also have a store called Local Fair, which is a local artisan store. All of the merchandise that is in that place has been curated by the owner, Sheila. And everything is from the Pacific Northwest and Oregon, with a big emphasis on Oregon, but she's had to go outside up into the Pacific Northwest, other areas. And we have always supported our artists here. So we were super excited when Nicole Peterson came to us and said, hey, I think we have a void in our community by not having crafting supplies and artist supplies available, and we want to take care of that. And so Lincoln City Art Supply was born, and we were more than happy to have that. And they're strategically located directly across from Local Fair. So now the makers can actually pop over to Lincoln City Art Supply when it opens on March 7th and be able to get the things that they need to create that vision that they see and get it into something that we can see.
Nicole Peterson with the new art store. What is the motivation for you behind that?
So our family has always been avid creators, and with not having a supply store locally any longer, we were just missing it. And we heard the community's outcry to fill that void, and we just really decided that we had to take it on. We have our Paint Your Own Pottery studio that's going to be moving into the back of that location. So we're going to have a spot for people to come create and be able to buy things to create. And we just felt like the community really needed an art supply store again.
So will people have an opportunity to do the actual artwork in the studio?
Yes, we're going to have a few tables. Mostly those are going to be reserved for painting your own pottery, but also we're going to move into probably classes where people can learn how to knit, people can learn how to do acrylic painting, people can learn all sorts of different things. We've had many teachers already reach out to us offering classes.
Really? That is exciting.
Yeah, we're really excited about that. And we're going to have supplies for everyone. So we're going to have supplies that are for the everyday, just I need some stickers, I need some googly eyes, I need some cheap yarn. But we're also going to have supplies for the avid creators that are more high end. So if you need the really nice artisan supplies, we're also going to offer that.
The artisan community has got to be excited over this. I don't really remember a full artisan supply store in town since Lincoln City Stationery, and that's a long time ago.
Yeah, no, and we are so excited to be able to provide it. We have been working feverishly to source vendors and listen to everyone and reach out to the community to see what they're looking for.
Tell me a little bit about the rest of the studio that's going to be there in all of the pottery.
So we're going to have paint your own pottery, which is where you pick out a ceramic piece, you get to sit down, you paint it, you leave it for us, we fire it in our kiln, you come back and pick it up in 7 days, or we ship for a flat fee of $10 per address. So you can paint as many pieces as you want. If we're shipping it out, it's only $10 for one address.
I would venture a guess the locals and the tourists alike are going to really find you to be quite welcoming.
Yes, no, it'll be so much fun. And we also offer birthday parties and events. We've done a lot of bachelorette parties. That's a really fun one. And whenever you do an event at our Paint Your Own Pottery Studio, we create a commemorative plate for you where everybody's fingerprints go on it and we put their little names. And so it's a really fun creative space.
Sharyn, again, the Lincoln City Outlets at the forefront of supporting the arts in the area. What's next for you?
Oh my goodness. Well, we are definitely planning this grand opening, which is going to be March 7th. It's a Saturday. We invite everybody out to come and check out this great place. Lincoln City Chamber of Commerce will be here at 10 o'clock to do a ribbon cutting. And then, of course, these marvelous folks are going to be doing a spin the wheel for prizes, merchandise, and all kinds of fun happening all day long. So that's been our big focus. And then, of course, our next big focus is spring break.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, that's around the corner.
Right? As is every business here in Lincoln City, concentrating on spring break coming up soon.
Yeah, it does make a big difference. Those 3-4 week period in mid-March on into April are huge.
Yes, they are, and we're really looking forward to it. We can't wait to have another offering and something new and exciting for folks to see this year.
As you continue through the year, any other activities, events coming up for Lincoln City Outlets that we ought to know about?
Well, Roger, you always ask me these things. And, even when you do it on a recording, I can't tell you anything until everything has been signed.
I love it. That is a great way to put it. But we do have Stuff-A-Bus.
We do have Stuff-A-Bus. We've got community days coming up, and we are going to be doing putt-putt through the outlets. We're going to have a 9-hole course through the outlets for community days in support of that. Gosh, Roger, we're going to just have all kinds of stuff. You just should be here at Lincoln City Outlets every day, just like me.
Just like you and Nicole.
Yes, absolutely.
Because Stuff-A-Bus is really important to you guys as well.
Yes, Stuff-A-Bus has been near and dear to our heart. At Lincoln City Gifts, we have always been a huge supporter of Stuff-A-Bus. We collect donations all summer long. We ask every tourist if they'd like to donate, and then we match it at the end of the summer and put together, I think last year we did almost 100 backpacks full of supplies.
It is an artisan community. It is an artisan store, so it is something that is desperately needed, and it's going to open up
March 7th at 10 a.m.
Jay White is without question the best Neil Diamond performer on the planet. And Saturday, February 28th, Chinook Winds presents one unforgettable night of all the hits during the Neil Diamond Legacy Concert. Tickets start at just $25 and are available at the Chinook Winds box office, 888 Main Act, or at ChinookWinds.com. Don't miss the Neil Diamond Legacy Concert, February 28th at Chinook Winds, where concerts are better at the beach.
And finally, on the Double R Show, I'd like to remind you of upcoming activities and events in and around the Lincoln City community, including City Council meets February 23rd at 6 o'clock, Council Chambers. On Tuesday, March 3rd, we got the Planning Commission meeting. Driftwood Public Library meets on Wednesday, March 4th. And again, the City Council all the way back in March 9th for their next meeting after that. Great Oregon Coast Garage Sale, all part of Community Days coming up in April. And we'll be talking about Community Days galore down the road, all of the activities that are involved in Community Days. A telephone came, and we talked about that just ever so briefly with Krista Eddy in the one piece in today's program. But it is interesting the way they developed that whole program in the
Chessman Gallery.
Yeah,
we were talking in the Elizabethan room there.
Yeah, right. But
Krista.
it's in a Chessman Gallery.
For old P.J. Chessman, who was a big founder of the Four Cs, which led, of course, to the Lincoln City Cultural Center.
Taft Kiwanis and Lincoln City Rotary are going to be sponsoring a professional day. They're asking business leaders, professionals, to be up at the high school on March 17th from 10 until 11:30, answering questions to the students up at Taft High School about how to be involved in a broadcast podcast, how to run a bank, be an attorney, whatever would happen to be. So we are signed up.
Oh, we are. Good enough. Put it on the calendar. So St. Patrick's Day, it sounds like, March 17th. And again, the time?
Time is going to be in the morning from 10 until 11:30.
And just reach out to your fellow Kiwanians or Rotarians to get more information?
Absolutely.
Gotcha.
And or call up to Taft High School, Taft 712. Lincoln City Chamber of Commerce noon luncheon is coming up on February 21st. The guest speaker will be Daniel Hunter. You know Daniel Hunter as the interim city manager. Now he'll be addressing the Chamber of Commerce as the city manager.
Gotcha. Yeah, great.
So look forward to that. Your side of the table?
Yeah, so I was just noticing that, the Forest Service, Sayusla National Forest Service, is out there looking for folks. So people looking to do a little time in the Great Forest, reach out to the Sayusla National Forest for some recreation visitor services kind of work, trail maintenance, campground stuff, all those kind of cool summer things you see folks doing. They're hiring now. So I just think that's a shout out to them.
Very good.
And also, just for tonight, as a reminder, last week we had Conrad Gowell on, as you recall.
Yes.
From the Wild Fish Conservancy. And so the talk is tonight. So there are a few seats available, I think. Double check cascadehead.org to reserve 6 to 7:30 Natural Arts and Sciences Speaker Series at the Pelican.
Big question always comes up in a business community. When is spring break? Well, spring break is obviously in March, but spring break schedules for Oregon, the most common is March 23rd through March 27th. For Washington, April 6th through April 10th. And for Idaho, March 16th through March 20th. So you may want to make certain that you got all of your employees ready to go.
And you got California in there too, and they come up as well. They tend to split their spring breaks between all those 3 weeks. So,
and last but not least, next week's program is going to be extremely important for people of the 4th Congressional District, because Val Hoyle is going to be our guest. She'll be on board to talk about what is happening in Washington, D.C., the effects on Oregon, and the like. So don't miss that program next week. United States Representative Val Hoyle, Oregon's 4th Congressional District, will be on the Double R Show. Anything else, your side of the table?
No, we're clear from here. Thanks.
So that will do to the doings on a Double R Show. Again, we thank you to... Oh, speaking of thank yous...
Oh, yes. Yeah, we want to thank Tawny Ferguson for being our latest Double R Show Donut Club member. So Tawny joined us on the show, as you recall, as well. And but she's now a Donut Club member. And so if you want to join Tawny and other folks, support the program and support some your local nonprofits with share of the donuts, just reach out, go on to doublershow.com and learn all about that program.
And like, subscribe, and share so you, your family, and friends around the world or across the street can join us on a Double R Show. For Paul and Jenna, I'm Double R. Have yourself a happy day.
You've been listening to The Double R Show. Join Roger and Paul Robertson as they explore everything about North Lincoln County. The Double R Show, produced by Always Productions and hosted by Roger Robertson. Have a story? Email contact@alwaysproductions.com or call 458-201-3039. For The Double R Show, I'm Jana Grawn.